Hey, Mom,
Yes?
what is the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea?
I don't know.
I would never pay $100 to have a garbanzo bean in my mouth.
No! No! No!
Yes. Seth, I heard a really bad joke and I wanted to tell you, okay?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Hit me.
What do you do when you see an epileptic person having a seizure in the bathtub?
I don't know.
You throw your laundry in.
That's not funny, dude.
What do you mean?
My friend died from a seizure in a bathtub.
Oh, hold on, wait, what?
Yeah.
Did he drown? What happened?
No, he choked on a sock.
God. Hey, Dad.
Yes.
So, there's a man and a boy walking through the woods late at night. And the boy says, "Mister, I'm scared. It's dark in here." You know what the man says?
This is going to be so sad. Go ahead.
He says, "You're scared. I'm going to have to walk out of here by myself. How do you think I feel?" So, this teacher asks her class of 6th graders a science question. She goes, "Students, what is a part of the body that when stimulated can grow 10 times its size?" Now, Susan in the back gets all pissed off as she stands up and says, "Teacher, that's a dirty question. You can't be asking questions like that. I'm going to have my parents tell the principal and we're going to get you fired." And the teacher ignores her student and says, "All right, class, what is a part of the body when stimulated that can grow 10 times in size?" Susan stands up in the back and looks around to her classmates and goes, "Guys, this is inappropriate. We need to get her fired." Teacher once again ignores and repeats the question when a student in the back stands up and says, the pupil?" The teacher goes, "Very good. As for you, Susan, I have 3 things. 1, you didn't do your homework. 2, you have a dirty mind. And 3, one day you are going to be severely disappointed." So I'm banned from Six Flags, I think permanently, actually. Basically what happened was I went with a group of friends and there were 4 or 5 of us. And so having an odd number of people, one of us would have to ride separately at each ride. And so when it was my turn, I got up into my seat and they put a guy next to me and he was a solo rider as well. And so we're sitting there and they start strapping us in and the guy just starts screaming. And he won't stop screaming. The ride hasn't even started. And it's like, dude, have you never seen a penis before? I don't. Jason, you know what I just discovered?
What?
A lot of people are born in September, right?
Yes.
You know what that means?
That
A lot of people did stuff in December and January, right? So think about it.
Okay.
So of all the people that did that, what are the odds that someone did a Santa role play? Like, ho, 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 is he just unleashed a bunch of presents down her chimney? Hey, Casey.
What?
Do you know what my brother said when he lost his virginity?
Dude, stop.
Yeah. How do you know?
Here's a crazy fact about every state that will absolutely blow your mind. Okay, firstly, Alabama. This one's weird.
Wait. Hold on. I got this. What do you call a large bottle of lube in Alabama?
I don't know.
Family size. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
If you think about it,
Uh-huh.
to orphans, every meal is family size.
Oh, my God.
All right, y'all asked for it. So this guy goes through the woods bringing his 20-gauge shotgun, and he finds a bear. So he takes aim and he fires. After the smoke clears, the bear's gone. Receives a tap on the back of his shoulder, turns around to see the bear that he just took a shot at. Bear says, "All right, buddy, you got 2 options because no one shoots at me and gets away with it. 1, I rip your throat out and you die. 2, you drop your pants, bend over, and we have sex right here, right now." The hunter, not wanting to die, picks the second option and does as the bear tells him. He goes back the next day to those same woods, sore and angry, looking for the bear. He finds him in the woods in the same spot, takes aim with his shotgun, fires, big cloud of smoke. Bear's gone. Tap on the back of the shoulder again, and the bear goes, "Buddy, same 2 options. 1, rip your throat out and you die. Or 2, drop the pants." So the hunter angrily drops his pants and the bear gets to work. Now the 3rd day, he brings his biggest, strongest gun and is more sore than ever. He finds that same bear, takes aim, and just unloads. When the smoke clears, bear's gone. Gets a tap on the back of the shoulder, turns around. It's the bear. The bear goes, "Buddy, you're not here to hunt, are ya?" So, I am not allowed to hold my sister's baby anymore because the one time that I held it, I dropped it. And it wasn't even that big of a deal. It was an accident. But she started screaming at me. She started going off saying how I did it on purpose. She got the cops involved. And I'm like, okay, the real question here is, who brings a baby to the Grand Canyon? I'm kidding. My sister does not have any kids. Not anymore. Hey, Dad, do you remember a couple days ago when I tried to do that one video with you and you just interrupted me and left?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can we try again, please?
Sure.
All right, so last night I was with this girl and we were watching it.
See? Mom thinks it's funny too.
Mom! What? So this dad is praying with his son, and they're right before bed, and the kid's praying, sending his stuff. He goes, "Good night, Mommy. Good night, Daddy. Good night, Grandma. Goodbye, Grandpa." And the dad's like, "Why'd you say goodbye?" He's like, "Well, I just felt like the right thing to do. The next day, Grandpa dies." Freaks his dad out a little bit, but he thinks it's just a weird, unfortunate coincidence, and he forgets about it until a couple months later they're praying, and he goes, "Good night, Mommy. Good night, Daddy. And goodbye, Grandma." Dad's like, "Why'd you say?" "It was the right thing to do. Next day, Grandma dies." It freaks him out, like a lot more this time. And what freaks him out worse is the next night he's praying and the kid goes, "Good night, Mommy. Goodbye, Daddy." At this point, the dad doesn't sleep at all. He just gets up at the crack of dawn. He drinks coffee, goes to the office, and sits in the office all day. He has his lunch ordered in. He makes sure that if he can make it to midnight, he's perfectly safe. So that's what he does. He eventually gets home after midnight. His wife's like, "Where have you been? I was up worried sick." He says, "I don't want to talk about it. I just had the worst day of my life." And she goes, "You think your day was bad? The mailman had a heart attack on our front doorstep." Dad,
Yeah.
why do women and children always get to evacuate in an emergency situation? Why do they go first?
Because they're more important than you.
Well, no, it's... No, Dad, it's because once they're gone, the men have peace and quiet to think of a solution.
No.
So this teacher asks her third grade class what they want to be when they grow up. Little Johnny raises his hand. He says, "Well, I want to start off as a fighter pilot, right? And then I'll become a billionaire. I'll find myself the finest whore, get her a beautiful apartment in the Bahamas, a Ferrari worth over $1 million, a mansion in Paris, her own personal jet to travel around the world in, and an infinite Visa credit card, all the while banging her like a loose screen door during a hurricane." The teacher, stunned, shocked, and honestly not quite sure how to respond to the situation, decides to ignore his answer and move on to the next student. She says, "Sarah, what about you? What do you want to be when you grow up?" And Sarah thinks for a moment and goes, "I want to be Johnny's whore." Dad, I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. 2 out of the last 3 videos I've posted have been taken down.
What?
Yeah, TikTok doesn't like me. I did one with Uncle Todd, and then I did one with Shane, and they both got deleted. Like, their app, it's making me feel useless.
You're not useless. I just use you as a bad example, okay?
You're not helping. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Before you go, I want to tell you a joke really quick.
Okay.
Okay. So, last night, I was with a girl. Wait, but that wasn't...
Oh, that's pretty funny, you with a girl.
That wasn't the joke. Ow. So this dad is praying with his son, and they're right before bed, and the kid's praying, sending his stuff. He goes, "Good night, Mommy. Good night, Daddy. Good night, Grandma. Goodbye, Grandpa." And the dad's like, "Why'd you say goodbye?" He's like, "Well, I just felt like the right thing to do. The next day, Grandpa dies." Freaks his dad out a little bit, but he thinks it's just a weird, unfortunate coincidence, and he forgets about it until a couple months later they're praying, and he goes, "Good night, Mommy. Good night, Daddy. And goodbye, Grandma." Dad's like, "Why'd you say?" "It was the right thing to do. Next day, Grandma dies." It freaks him out, like a lot more this time. And what freaks him out worse is the next night he's praying and the kid goes, "Good night, Mommy. Goodbye, Daddy." At this point, the dad doesn't sleep at all. He just gets up at the crack of dawn. He drinks coffee, goes to the office, and sits in the office all day. He has his lunch ordered in. He makes sure that if he can make it to midnight, he's perfectly safe. So that's what he does. He eventually gets home after midnight. His wife's like, "Where have you been? I was up worried sick." He says, "I don't want to talk about it. I just had the worst day of my life." And she goes, "You think your day was bad? The mailman had a heart attack on our front doorstep." Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Before you go, I want to tell you a joke really quick.
Okay.
Okay. So, last night, I was with a girl. Wait, but that wasn't...
Oh, that's pretty funny, you with a girl.
That wasn't the joke. Ow. Yo, boys. Boys.
Yeah. What?
You know why I don't curse when, doing the nasty?
You don't curse when you're doing the nasty?
Yeah, because I like to keep it PG for the kids.
Whoa! Trying to fuck them?
Yes.
So, a lot of people were asking if you're single. Wait, no, actually, pause. A lot of people are still asking about my sister. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'd like to go through you to get..." I'm like, anyways, not the point. A lot of people are asking if you're single.
Really?
Excuse
Yeah.
me?
Oops,
He's
Mom.
married. What are you telling people? What's going going on?
There was a video about Tavy. They're just asking.
That'd be my wife.
Okay, I'm confiscating your phone.
Hey, Dad.
Yo.
So you know how I was out with my friends last night?
No, because you're always going out, but go ahead.
So, anyways, they brought some of their other friends that I didn't know. And to try to like introduce myself and lighten the mood, I tried to tell a joke, you know, how I normally do.
Yes.
And it was a joke about COVID. But at first, nobody got it. And then everyone did.
Well, then I guess you could say it went viral.
Oh, Dad. God. Your boy had a date. Oh my gosh, it was the funniest thing ever. And I say that in a good way, although typically it doesn't mean a good thing, you know, whatever. Anyways, we went to the park and we were just like doing like a little picnic and it was nice. It was just a chill thing, right? And so as we were eating, she had to go use the bathroom, so I was just kind of sitting there with the food to make sure that ants didn't eat it, because, you know, I'm such a gentleman. Now, as I'm eating my sandwich, I see this, like, I don't know, 6-7-year-old boy and girl sitting in a sandbox together playing. And the girl smacks the boy right across the face, out of the blue. And she goes, "You can't hit me because you're a boy, but I can hit you because I'm a girl." And then she does this. And she starts, like, dancing around the kid, like, with an L in her forehead. I'm like, damn, that's a little harsh, bro. And the boy thinks for a second, and after, like, finishing rubbing his cheek, he goes, "Boys can't hit girls, but sticks can." This kid grabbed a massive stick and just thwapped right. Oh my gosh. I choked on my food. Like, Alright, I got one for you. So I was dating this girl for a while, and she invited me to dinner to finally meet her parents and everything, right? And she tells me it's going to be a very special night, and she's acting all, like, kind of flirty, special. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this the night, you know? So I go to the pharmacy, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So I ask the pharmacist, like, about condoms. He goes, "We have 3, 6, 12. How many do you want?" I say, "Well, I don't know. I figure this is my first time, so once we go once, she'll want to keep doing it, and so I'll get the 12-pack. And the pharmacist is a super nice dude. He's like, "Just be careful, son. Don't do anything stupid, yada, yada, you know." And so I get the stuff, and I leave. Later that night, I show up at her place. I meet her family. We sit down for dinner. Now, she's a very Christian girl, and her family is very religious, so I offer to pray. And I start praying. Now, I just started going, and I went for maybe 5 or so minutes before she taps me on the shoulder and whispers, "Why are you still praying?" And I look at her, and I whisper under my breath, and I go, "Why didn't you tell me your dad's a pharmacist?" Dad,
Huh.
people want more of you. They really like you.
Oh, do they now?
They really do. It's weird. I can't figure it out. Anyways, I did a survey when you were gone this past weekend. I asked 100 women what kind of shampoo they preferred, you know? And the results were actually kind of staggering. 99% of them said, "Get out of my bathroom, you pervert."
Well, I did that when I was your age, but I had better results.
Dad, I want to tell you something interesting.
Okay.
Did you know that excessive sex can cause memory loss? I read that on page 56 of a medical journal last week on Wednesday at 2:57 p.m.
What's your name?
Oh, God, no. So I'm not allowed to hold my sister's baby anymore because the one time I held it, I dropped it. It wasn't even like a big deal. It was an accident, right? But then she starts screaming at me. She calls the cops. She says I did it on purpose, blah, blah, blah. All the while, of course, I'm denying it and stuff like that. But the real question is, who brings a baby to the Grand Canyon? I'm kidding. My sister doesn't have any kids. Not anymore. Did you really? I swear. So this is Tavy.
Hi.
She's 15, right? And I'm her big brother. So that means if you want to get to her, you got to go through me.
And me.
Yeah?
And me. And me.
Yeah. And we're all her brothers. Like, so we're a wall. You got to get through us to get to my sister.
I will go Hercules on your ass.
Dad,
Now what?
they said they want darker jokes. Tavy, wait, no, Tavy can be part of this too. This is great. Did you know that 9 out of 10 people live next to a pedophile? I'm so glad we don't, though. We actually live next to these really cute 10-year-olds. So great. Hey, Dad, people have been asking for you.
No, they haven't.
Yeah, they have. Anyways, did you hear about Grandpa's Viagra addiction?
No.
Yeah, Grandma's taking it especially hard.
That's just sad, because my dad's dead.
No! Dad,
What?
you remember all that snow that the Texans are going through right now?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so basically, I have some friends in Texas, and they told me that some people from the Midwest are saying that they should get snow tires and stuff.
Well, Yeah, I grew up in Minnesota. You should have snow tires.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
That's so stupid. What? Tires are supposed to be made of rubber. Snow tires would never work.
This is why you're not in college.
So I think I'm gonna lose my license, and it's because of this really stupid encounter I had with a cop. So the guy pulls me over and he goes, license and registration, and son, I think you're drunk. And I said, officer, I'm sorry, but I don't drink. He says, all right, let's have a test. You're driving down a highway late at night. There are 2 lights coming across the road from you. What is it? I said, well, that seems like a car. And he says, yeah, but what kind? An Audi, Mazda, or Ford? I said, officer, I can't tell. He says, well, son, then I think you're drunk. I go, officer, sir, I don't drink. The guy goes, all right, well, have another test. You're driving down a highway late at night, and there's 1 light coming on across the road from you. What is it? I said, well, sir, it seems like it would be a motorcycle. He says, yeah, but what kind? A Honda, Kawasaki, or Harley? And I said, officer, I don't know. I said, well, son, I think you're drunk. At this point, I had enough, so I said, all right, I have a counter question for you, officer. He says, what is it, son? I say, you're driving down a road late at night, and there's a lady wearing fishnet stockings, a miniskirt, high heels, and only has a bra on for a top. What job does she have? And the cop says, well, it sounds like she's a prostitute. And I say, yeah, but who? Your mom, wife, or daughter?